A random Chad asks me this weekend about what I'm doing. I said, well, nothing really, a nonsual lad, just burning my 600k kuva for a single Nikana Riven. Then he asked, can I check the stats? I showed this with the critical chance and melee damage, and then he said, why the hell are you still re-rolling it, man? That Riven has good stats already. Well, I'm rolling for initial combo. What? Are you serious? Then he laughs. End of conversation. I don't know what he thinks of me after that, but I'm guessing he's probably thinking that I'm stupid for doing so. Yes, I'm a madman, so don't think for a second I am showing clean builds in this channel. So why did I try to re-roll an initial combo stat on my Nikana Riven? Well, I got inspired by the upcoming Samurai X movie. I want that perfect slasher cosplay like Kenshin Himura in this game. I've already made a video about this like a year ago, but I want more power. I want that power wherein one swing of my Nikana will deal a million bleed damage. That's the goal here. But why initial combo squad leader? This is one of my team captain's crazy ideas, El Chupacabra, and I'm probably sure some of those players who love to mean max builds already know about this. The thing is, an initial combo Riven with corrupt charge allows our melee weapon to gain 3 times combo multiplier. A 3 times multiplier with 100% red crit and a forced / proc multiplier of 6 times will deal around 250k / damage directly to enemy health. When you factor in stealth, or the faction mods, it gets ridiculous. Also, if you use primer weapons like Cedo or Kuvanuka, the damage ramps up even more, and can hit 250k or more / damage per tick. And mind you, this is not even the usual build wherein you put / and then add viral on your build. This is a pure / heavy attack build. But as you might suspect, this will not be great when facing enemies like those who have robotic health such as Ambulas, Bursas, and other Corpus Tech units. But overall, this is great in endurance missions wherein you are farming relics, prime parts, or in short, the usual high-level missions that we see on YouTube. The build is really cheap. All you need is a Riven with initial combo, melee damage, or critical chance on it. Well, I'm just joking, it's not cheap and clearly, not everyone has it. But don't worry, I got an alternative version that can do the same exact madness. I'm just showing you here that initial combo Riven is quite impressive in a heavy attack combo, especially if you are using a / based weapon with a high critical chance. Before we proceed to the alternative, I would just like to show you my Ash build for this combo. It's basically a combination of high duration and range. This is for his smoke screen ability, and the subsume helminth ability and snare. I decided to add Korra's grouping ability to Ash so that the overall combo will be effective in a real mission. Since I don't have reach in our melee build because I decided to equip a faction mod to further increase its damage, I ended up using ensnare to group enemies and kill them in one blow. Honestly, it's better compared to having primed reach in your build, and enemies are held in one place and you can easily kill them. For the Cedo build, it's usually the prime setup I'm using always. This gun is amazing with ensnare since all that has been a trap by the ability will be inflicted with a status. It's great with condition overload, and you can replace Gladiator Might, or even place it on the Riven slot if you don't have any Riven. The same can be said with Kuvanuka. All you need is to mod it with the usual primer build and you can end up with tons of bleed damage per tick in one swing of your Nikana Prime. There are times where you can reach 1 million to even 4 million bleed damage per tick with this setup. For those of you who don't have a Nikana Prime yet, then you can use a Nikana Zor, but we will be using a different setup. You can follow my Zor composition, but it's not required to have all these parts since I know some of you don't have the plague grip yet. For those asking, then this grip will be made available if Digital Extremes will do the Knights of Nabarus event again, the one hosted by Daughter in Necrolesk. So anyway, all you need for your Zor is to have lots of critical chance and damage. A balanced critical and status chance Zor is also good, especially if you want the Zor to be versatile, and use it in any build combination. Just be sure that the critical chance is at 20% or higher. For the build, we will be relying on a combo counter to increase damage and critical chance. For the critical chance part, we will be relying on the stacking gladiator mods in our build, and as well as in the Deconstructor Prime. Also, melee efficiency is highly advised for this build since we don't want the melee combo counter to drop to 0 once we have used a heavy attack. I have reflex coil and a melee combo efficiency on my Riven mod, so it would cost 1 combo count per heavy attack, and I can easily increase my combo counter with the help of Ensnare's grouping feature. Now, for me, I consider this as a god roll Riven for this build. It has critical chance, critical damage, and melee efficiency, which are great stats for this heavy attack combo build. The best part is, I also got a negative puncture which allows Slash to be very heavy for this build. Long story short, this Zor often procs Slash damage. However, you don't need to have a Riven mod like this, and in fact, this slot here is optional and you can place anything that you think would help the Zor. For example, you can place Blood Rush to ramp up the critical chance of the Zor at certain combo counter. But if you do, then you should use Zenuric Focus for the melee combo efficiency that Dynamite gives. One last thing is the Arcane choice for your Zor will be very helpful. I would suggest Exodia Triumph for the additional combo chance, but it so happens that our Ash setup is great when it comes to obtaining 12 times combo multiplier at the fastest time possible. So, it would be better if you equip Exodia Brave for the energy regeneration. Most of the time, you will be dealing with energy leech Iximus units in endurance runs, and you don't want to end up without energy while using Ash. This Arcane will allow you to have constant high, or even full energy, as every heavy attack kills will regenerate your energy. And mind you, this setup is tuned to dealing million of slash and bleed damage that it doesn't matter how high the enemy levels are. They will die in one swing with this Zor. So that's all for it right now. I have tons of fun experimenting with this setup this weekend, and I would like to thank Chipacabra for lending his knowledge about this combo. Honestly, we have talked about this a few months ago. I just don't have the time and resources to make the video, but it's out now, and I hope that you have learned something from it, especially those who are new to the game. This is just one setup which will allow you to kill high-level enemies easily in the game. I got a few more coming up, and in fact, I got a 2 billion damage wisp setup coming up. All of this and more. So stick around and I hope that you are enjoying the content. For those of you who don't know, the Octavia Prime Access giveaway is still going on, and you can still have a chance to win by simply visiting the Gleam link I have provided below. Just simply click the link on the pinned comment to enter. Be sure to check back for more content and giveaways later. Thank you all for your love and support. Squad Leader signing off.
Evolution. This is the future.